Welcome back, guys. Feels like I haven't made a video in a very long time. Um, and I'm losing track of time, I think, as well. But yeah, this video, we're going to look at my trading 2-on-2 portfolio, my February update. So it is now the start of March. Let's see the dividends I earned the month of Feb and how the portfolio is looking in the first quarter of 2025. So, where are we? Portfolio value currently sat at £12,095. Currently up just over 12%. And as you see there, so far the profit. And it is slowly building upwards. We've had a slight decline here, but hopefully that's nothing to worry about so far. But the end goal is to get this portfolio back up to here by the end of the year. So investments. Still trying to get used to this new layout for trading 2-on-2. So that's a massive drop off. That's where our drop offs come from. So ticker symbol O, reality income. That's currently still down as well. It's not really showing me the thing, but yeah, currently down £30, just over 0.5%. In that, it was in the green towards the end of last year. QLP, this has had a massive drop all of a sudden. Let's see if we can see it in the graph. Yeah, there you go. So this was sitting, there you go, whoosh. This was sitting in the green quite nicely. So as you see, it's constantly been growing, and all of a sudden it's just dropped off. That's currently down 2.67%, just shy of £55. These two, ticker symbol O, QILP, are both monthly paying dividends. They pretty much pay me both £20 a month, really, which get auto invested straight back into it. As you can see here, auto invest. And since I've been investing into QILP, I've gained £255 worth of dividends. Dividends growth. So this is my my growth portfolio, but they also pay me dividends as well. So as you see, Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Dr. Pepper, Lowe's, PepsiCo, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks, Google, and AbbVie. So all pretty much in the green apart from Dr. Pepper, Lowe's, and Pepsi. The plan with this, or the idea of this portfolio as well, is one of these companies will pay me a dividend a month. So AbbVie pay me dividends this month, Google next month, Starbucks the month after, Procter & Gamble, like again, one of these companies will pay me a dividend every month. So this pie is pretty much getting reinvested into every month, and it's doing pretty well at the moment. Currently up £82, just shy of 9%, which is just what we want because it is more of a growth pie more than anything. But they do drip some dividends out now and again, like not the biggest dividends, but it's something that can get reinvested into the pie. We got Microsoft. This is a boomer of mine and does pretty well. Currently up £184, just over 24%. Again, this is one I just leave in the background. Don't really touch it. Dividends gets reinvested straight back into it. If it does drop, I'll put money into it, etc. But for now, That's more of just sit back and watch it grow over time. Exactly the same with Coca-Cola. This is the same as Microsoft. I just leave it, do its own thing. Dividends, if it pays me dividends, it gets reinvested straight back into it. As you can see here, over time, it's made me £21. Not the biggest amount of dividends, but I'm holding Coca-Cola because it is just a solid company. This has been around since the time of dinosaurs, probably Coca-Cola, and it is a solid company pretty much. So that's why I am invested into that. 15%, and we're up £115. My invest £1 a day challenge into Main Street Capital, still doing pretty well. It is up 20%, just shy of 21%, and we're in the profit of £133. So Main Street Capital is another monthly paying dividend. This was just a challenge I'd done, just investing £1 a day into this. The goal was for a year, but obviously we've gone way past that now. We're now into, I think, year 2, maybe, just over year 2. So the dividends ain't much, but again, it's growing quite nicely, which I am happy with. Gladstone, this is a fairly new pie I created, but it holds 4 monthly payers of Gladstone, 4 pretty strong companies as well. It's not up much, just 0.25, £1.30. The 4 companies we have is Gladstone Capital, Gladstone Commercial, Gladstone Investment, and Gladstone Land. They're all pretty much in the green, apart from Gladstone Land, which is down just shy of 9%, £14. So it pretty much just wipes out that profit there, really, on that one. But again, this is something I invest into weekly for now, just to build this up. And then the dividends will hopefully start doing the rest. So as you can see here, it's fairly new, and we've already made £18 worth of dividends, which have been reinvested straight back into it. This is the Vanguard FTSE All World High Dividend. This is a strong one. I did have, as you can see there, just shy of £6,000 in it, and then I sold it, pretty much all of it, down to 70 quid, to pay a lot of debt, clear a lot of debt, high interest debt pretty much. So the goal is to pretty much keep building that. So as you can see there, the end of last year we were at £70, and now in March we're up to £360. So pretty much put in £300 already into this since October last year. So that's pretty good going, I think. And again, dividends has turned on, made £156 so far. And we're currently up £6 with that. S&P 500, this is exactly the same as the whole world dividends. We only had 1,800 into this. This was a fairly new investment I had back then, and I basically had to sell this to pay off high interest debt, which is now cleared. And again, from October, having £100, start of March, we're up to £225. So I've pretty much invested £125 into this so far. Again, I'm pretty much every week I'm pumping money into the S&P 500 to get this up as quick as possible. Bank of America, I haven't really touched this. I kind of leave this alone. If it does hit a low like this, then I'll buy it. But for now, I just sit back and watch and leave it there. So currently up just shy of 34%. £49 in the green, which is pretty good. Tesla, again, haven't really touched this, but because it's down just shy of 10%, I might put some money into this Monday, depending on how it looks when the markets reopen. This is in the green. Depending on how much in the green, I might put some money into this. But while it's in the red, I will pump some money into it to bring that average down. And then when it goes into the green, I've made a little more profit. AMD, haven't really touched this since the AI boom, and it's crashed pretty much. But yeah, I'm just leaving this until it hits the green, and I'll probably just sell it from there. And Amazon, this is one I haven't really touched in a long time. I was investing into it weekly at one point when it was like down here, but that was like last week, but not really. But like when it was like down here, I was investing into it, and because it's boomed, I'm not really touching it because I want this average line to stay as low as possible. So if this drops below the average, then I'll start buying into it again to try and lower that average. So you want to try and get that average, that dotted grey line, as low as possible, pretty much. So that's pretty much all my stocks for the end of Feb. So now we're going into dividends and see what we've earned through the month of Feb. So this is from so we got Lowe's is the first one, 5th of Feb, which was 28 pence. And this is part of the growth dividend pie. So as you see there, that's paid me a dividend that month, and I got reinvested straight back into it. QILP, as mentioned, pretty much pays me £20 every month, which gets reinvested straight back into the pie. That is pretty much buying me close to 2 full shares now. So every month I'm getting 2 full shares. Those 2 shares are going to carry over to next month. This is going to build, and as you can see, every month, 2 free shares, 2 free shares, and it's going to get bigger, bigger, bigger going from there. Apple paid me 9 pence. Again, this is a growth stock of mine, so I'm not too fussed with the dividends, but that'll get reinvested straight back into it. 14th was a big one, Main Street Capital. So this is the invest £1 a day challenge. That pays me £2.77, which got reinvested. Reality Income, £19.47. Again, got reinvested straight back into ticker symbol O. AbbVie, £1.72. Again, got reinvested straight back into it. 18th of Feb, Procter & Gamble, we had 40 pence. And then 28th was a big one. Starbucks, 54 pence, again, reinvested. And then we have the Gladstone pie, where all 4 companies paid me dividends. Gladstone Capital, 66 pence. Gladstone Investment, 71 pence. Gladstone Commercial, 71 pence. Gladstone Land, 51 pence. And again, all this got reinvested straight back into these companies. So the goal is to get this to like £1 this year. So if I can get all these companies paying me £1 every month, that's pretty much £4 getting reinvested straight back into these companies every month. And you can just see how that's just going to keep growing and growing. So if we have £4 a month, that's basically £48 a year getting reinvested into this pie without me doing nothing. Or I'd earn £48, but because it's getting reinvested, the dividends will just keep growing even more. And then we're on to March then. So that's pretty much it for this week's video. Please hit that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in joining Trading 212, you can find the link in the description box below. Join up and get free shares worth up to £100.